to our other soccer team here, not the other soccer team, but our pro women's soccer team in the Seattle Reign. And this one, a tough week. Over the two matches that they played this calendar week, just 1 point out of the two, and an ugly loss against a rival. So we'll get into it. The first one, May 8th, a tough Wednesday night game against the Kansas City Current, who the Current are the top team in the league right now in the NWSL. Have just a ton of attacking talent, have had a lot of success so far. Their goal differential is big. They got the most points in the league, or at the point where they were tied for the most points in the league. And the Reign were able to hold them to a scoreless draw. Big there. Goalkeeper Laurel Ivory was massive in this one. An 8.5 match rating and a player of the match honors as well. 6 saves, 74% passing percentage, 41% on long balls, 5 diving saves, 1 save inside the box. 1 time she acted as the sweeper. 3 throws, 2 high claims, 9 recoveries, and 52 touches in general. Big one here for the Reign to get. They were the Current dominated a lot of the big stats here: possession, shots on target, total shots. The Current had 19 shots. The Reign had 5. The Reign had 1 shot on target. The Current had 5. The Current had 2 big chances. The Reign had none. They had better passing. They did commit more fouls, and they had 7 corners to the Reigns, just 2. So just big here. Laurel Ivory was great. Great defensive effort. Some big blocks for the Reign defenders as well, and they're able to split the points there. But they have to go and play against Portland in a really busy week. On the road, May 11th, a 0-4 loss. As in shutouts, we don't pick players of the match. This one was tough. The Reign were putting on a lot of great chances throughout the first half. Off a goal kick, the Thorns were able to get their first goal of the match. As Olivia Moultrie has a nice shot, as she's really left unmarked. Unfortunately, and the Reign players and their coach argued as well that they were the better team throughout the course of this match. Then Sophia Smith is given a penalty in the 80th minute, which gained a lot of controversy, especially from Jess Fishlock and head coach Laura Harvey. And then things kind of just break loose. As the Reign are trying to get back into it, the Thorns add goals in the 90+3 minute and the 90+8 minute. And Seattle loses their first contest against Portland and their 3rd consecutive against the Thorns. Just a tough one there, considering how it all went down, and just trying to prove, that the results themselves don't always necessarily, the base result doesn't always tell the entire story of the match. So we'll look at it here. We'll try to get you the availability reports for these different matches. We're going back to, and a few different notes, of course, from these matches here. So for against the Current, decently longer list here. 4 players were out, none were questionable against Kansas City. Claudia Dickey dealing with a knee injury, Jordan Heidema with a back injury, Ziara King out due to the red card suspension, and Quinn, they are still dealing with a knee injury. And then we go over here to a few things that happened during the Kansas City match. In this match, Sofia Huerta became only the 7th player in NWSL history to reach 15,000 regular season minutes played. And then draft pick Maddie Mercado made her NWSL debut as a late substitute in the 90+7th minute. We go from there over to later in the week, of course, with this Portland match and the availability report here. Where'd I go? I had it here. Alana Cook was actually part of the availability report against the Current. I'm sorry, as she was a late addition with an illness. She was out. Shea Holmes stepped in to get the start and was big for the Reign there. Cook was questionable against Portland with that illness, and then the same 3 that have been dealing with issues injury-related the last few weeks, and Dickey, Heidema, and Quinn all still out. Heidema still is referred to as the closest to return to action and has been doing on-the-field work, and Dickey is closer from there, but still both not available for selection for the Reign. So, you look at this past week, and it's tough. The Reign played, let's look back at it. The Reign played on the 3rd, they played on the 8th, and then they played on the 11th. That's 3 matches within a 2, 4, 6, 8, a 9. That's 3 matches within a 9-day slate. That's not easy whatsoever. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. 3 matches within 9 days. I mean, there's little chance to be able to rest, recover. There's a little chance to be able to get back on the training field and fix what you're doing within that time. So, and especially dealing with a rivalry match, you've got, you've got the Wave on the 3rd, which the Wave have been a big team this year. They won the Shield last year, and the Reign barely beat them last season in the playoffs. You've got the Kansas City Current, who are one of the best clubs in the league right now, points-wise, and they've been excellent with the attack, and they've got great depth. And then you look at Portland, who have improved since some struggles. They're on a 5-match winning streak, which I believe is the first in club history, and it's a rivalry match. So that 3-game stretch is pretty brutal. And so for the Reign to get a win against San Diego, a draw against the Wave, not ideal to lose like you did against Portland, but I'm not really blowing the alarm bells right now when it comes to this club. I mean, it's not great if you look at it at the base level, just considering where the club is sitting right now in terms of the table itself. But, all things considered with context, it's a really tough week, and I'm really not going to push them too hard because of that. They sit at they're 12th in the table right now. Points-wise, they can move up. Points-wise, they can move up pretty easily with a win. I mean, a win would – oh, no, sorry. I was looking at matches played. Duh. A win does move them up a few places, and if you're able to do so from there, getting closer to the top spots of where the playoffs are is not out of the question, and just considering where the club has been with just a few things execution-wise needing tweaks, I'm not overly concerned is the point, but there are some things that the Reign need to address and look at going forward. So from there, they sit at a 2-win, 6-loss, 1-draw record, 7 points in the standings right now, good for 12th place overall in the league. They have not won a match yet on the road, which is something they need to be able to do. Looking at it, sorry, I lost track here. We look at the Reign. Over the next week, they have just 1 match to play, which is nice, which is May 19th versus the Orlando Pride, who have also been one of the best teams in the league. This is AANHPI Heritage Celebration match at Lumen Field. It's a 3 p.m. start time. You can watch this on NWSL Plus and on Kong. AANHPI Heritage Celebration, and against the Orlando Pride here, who are just behind the Kansas City Current with 21 points. Second in the standings, a 6-win, 6-win, 0-loss, 3-draw record. They are 2 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw on the road. So something to look at going forward.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, where are you going to watch all the away games for Seattle Reign FC this year?
Away games? Since Rough and Tumble is the home of Circling Seattle Sports, I was thinking of coming here if that's okay with you.
I think that makes a lot of sense. See y'all here.